Well, look who's back. Back for good.
Yeah, back for good. Well, 4 years anyway. But no, yeah, I've come back permanent this time, so I can maybe unpack my bag in the locker.
It obviously feels right, feels good for you, Scott.
Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. Where I'm at in my career and where I've come from, I think this is definitely the right thing to do. And I think there's a few offers here and there on different things, but I think the Dong and the manager were, let's say, quite keen for me to come back. So it's been a while. It's been a few weeks in the making, but obviously the desire to get me here was, I've not had that for a long time.
That must be pretty important to any player.
Yeah, it is, because obviously last season, I did okay. I'm going to say okay because I forgot to bring my boots for after lockdown, as we all did. But I knew Dong was very keen on getting me back to the club, and then obviously with the new manager coming in, and then to find out he wanted me just as much as Dong, it's massive, yeah. And you feel like someone's going to, put the trust in you and allow you to play free and just relax and enjoy it.
Do you get the feeling that something's happening here, something's building here?
I'd like to think so, yeah. I mean, there's new lads come in. I think there's the new manager and staff have come in. He's got a proven track record in this division. He's probably been one of the top managers in this division over the past few years since he's come and managed here. It's a massive different feeling compared to last time. Personally, I came to play games and that was all I was thinking of. But this time, there's a real chance to maybe do something, because we all know with this division, anyone can beat anybody, and there's always one team who seems to go up or get in within it, and you're like, how have they done that? And maybe we can do that.
The head coach has been back from the transfer market. You're the 8th player in. That's sort of a measure of the intention, I guess, as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Obviously, when a new manager comes in, they want to bring their players in, and he's been allowed to do that. I think it needed to happen, from the day I left on the last game. The squad was, depleted, to say the least. So for him to get his new players in, it shows us backing, and there's maybe a long-term view in backing him to maybe, pushing for something.
I know you chatted with Atokarankara on your arrival last night. What did he outline to you, what he wanted from you, and what his aims were for this team, for this club?
To be honest, he didn't really speak about it. He was just asking about me. It was just general football talk, and he didn't really outline what he wanted to do, and he just basically outlined how much he wanted me to come. He sort of said he was prepared to wait till the last hours of the window for me to come. He said he was calm, but it was just general, just football talk, and just to meet him and get to know him. And I'm sure over these next couple of days I'll find out what he wants.
Two-part question coming up. You touched upon it a little bit earlier. Let's talk about post-lockdown. You, as others, cut a pretty frustrated figure.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Look, I think one of the things that lets me down is I sort of wear my emotions on my. It's quite evident to see, but that's just from wanting to do well and win. And I spoke to Craig Arnold last year, so I said it affects you though, Scott, and I said I know, but I just want to do well. And I'll be honest, I was a bit annoyed at the way it was going after lockdown and just what was going on around the manager, and it didn't bode well. It was almost as if we saw what was going to happen. Maybe not to that extent, but you sort of saw it coming, and it just seemed to collapse. And obviously, you're getting a losing run in this division. It's hard to get out of, and no matter what we did, I've always said I want to win football matches. We were setting out defending, and we're still conceding a lot of goals and not even looking like getting anywhere near their goal. So I will say I got really annoyed, but it seemed to. I'm probably not the only one. Maybe fans and obviously the board and stuff like that, and the players all. So it just fell apart really.
Let's talk about pre-lockdown. You were on fire. 7 goals in 9 games help revitalise the team?
Yes, I've said previously. I think I'd like to think that's me, and I know I can do it on a consistent basis, and every time I've played a run of matches, I've always scored goals wherever I've been. I think I got 10 goals in the Championship last season, and I think I only played about 22 games, so that's not a bad return. I wasn't happy with that, obviously, but I'm looking at the pre-lockdown. It's going to run this, isn't it? Pre-lockdown, post-lockdown, Scott Hogan, who's going to turn up. But I'm confident it's going to be the pre-lockdown, because that's me, that's the real me. And look, I'm a striker, and if I can continue on that run, which I'm fairly confident I can, with the players in now, look, I've got to be aiming high and 20 goals minimum. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. It's something you got to live with. But I'll try my best to get there, because I'd say that's pre-lockdown Scott Hogan, the real one, anyway.
When you're sort of happy, settled, you're confident in a team that creates chances, you score goals. Is that fair?
Yeah.
The environment has to be right as well?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Look, I've said it a million times. Look, I'm not Lionel Messi and all these players. My sort of game is based on help from other people, and if you get that help, look, I'm confident if someone sets me up, puts me in, I'm going to score. So I always think that they're doing all the hard work and the skills and passes to get me in. The least I can do is maybe score. So yeah, if it's a happy, settled environment, then I'm a happy, settled person, and then it becomes like if I miskick a ball, I'll just laugh in the middle of a game. Like, I've got no problem with that, even if there's 20, 30,000 fans calling me all sort. I'll still have a laugh because I'm happy, and if I'm laughing on the pitch and smiling on the pitch, I'll do well.
The type of striker you are, do you think you'll bring something a little bit different to the frontline mix?
Yeah, I would say so, because obviously you've got Dukey, who's just phenomenal at what he does, and he isn't going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do what he's going to do. So, and I think it showed last year before lockdown when we linked up, really well, and it worked, and because of the type of lad he is, you work hard for each other, and I think it's quite obvious that I'd probably offer something different, and as long as someone scores and we win, it don't matter who's up front.
And there's interesting options with Ivan Sanchez, John Torrell, Jonathan Lico coming in now as well, which you need goals from everywhere as well, don't you? Not just from somebody like yourself.
Yeah, because I think the thing that highlights that is you look at West Brom Leeds last year. I think top scorers there was 13 goals or something like that. So, and yet they've gone promoted from the division quite comfortably as well. So I think it shows you need goals from everywhere. But obviously, if you've got someone who can score 20 plus as well as that, then you've got a good chance.
The head coach has said, he's prepared to be quite flexible in with his formations in game and starting games. And I guess you always get at, people say, he can only play off a big man, etc. But that's not true, really, is it? If you look at what he did at Brentford, their style of play, and what you produced there. Yeah,
that's one thing that annoys me. I've had it all through my. He can't do this. He can't hold it up. He can only play as a 2. He's coming from non-league. That's his level. Like, that's fine. But I think my stats at Brentford showed that. I mean, on top of that, at Brentford, I'd come from 2.5 years out injured. And my first 4 games back, I'd scored 7 goals. And then I went on to score another 20. So I ended up with 20 odd goals in, I think, 30 games. That's playing up front on my own. So for anyone who says I can't do it, I think obviously Brentford's a different animal in terms of the way they play and the style of players they produce and buy. But I think I can't do it. I've proved it. People just want to say this and that, and that's fine. That's fine by me.
And just finally, the Championship itself, it's, as we all know, hugely competitively, but it does look a little bit wide open this season. What are the aims for the team, do you think? What should we be looking for?
To be honest, I've never been in a Championship season where it's not been wide open, because it doesn't matter the size of the club or whoever's in the division, they'll find it difficult, and certain teams do well every year, and certain teams don't. But it's never straightforward. West Brom just got over the line, big club like that. Leeds, obviously, you know, they went up quite comfortably, but the year before they fell away and things like that. So it doesn't matter who the club is, there's no guarantee on what's going to happen. So I think if we can get the lads together, become accustomed to the tactics and nail them every day and make sure we know what we're doing, to be honest, I think we'll win more games than we lose for certain. And especially with his records, you know, he's took Middlesbrough up. I mean, he got Forest towards the top end of the division before he got sacked. But at the end of the day, it's just game by game. But I think if we get it right and we do what the manager asks, where he's come from and what he knows, you know, you've got to look. You never know if you're top 10, that's all right. You know, build on that. But I mean, if you're top 10 with 4 games to go, you've probably still got a chance of going up automatic in this division. That's how crazy it is. So I think you just take it one game at a time and assess where you're at every couple of months and then build from that. But we've just got to aim to win every game, I think.
Scott, thank you very much for your time, and it's really good to have you back. All the very best of luck.
Cheers, thank you.